Hello, 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 freaks. Welcome back to Fallout. A Tale of Two Wastelands. Wabbajack. Bow, 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 bow. Bow, bow, bow. Bow, bow. I don't really remember what we were doing before. John Coppers, I don't know, I remember doing that. Overlord. Okay, so Cryolator, we gotta get that done at some point. Just gotta find the coolant component somewhere. We'll find one eventually, I'm sure. We gotta... I don't know how to capture a glowing one. Nightshee. Gotta find a way to set yourself on fire. What is this? How do I do this? What? Why is it? I do not remember getting that mission. Hoopers. Oh yeah, okay. Remember, this is where the. So I should go upstairs again. Continue clearing out this area of tasks. Ooh, there's a whole upper floor cell apparently. Let me out! Let me out of this cell! I'm trapped. I'm trapped in this cell. Let me out, please. I didn't do anything wrong. That's stupid. I'm sorry. Hello, Simmons. Hello, Field Marshal. I'm Scribe Simmons. If you have any questions about my aeronautics or my research, please do not hesitate to ask. Need any help? I don't need any help here at the Academy, but there's one thing you could do for me. His assist, I've been looking into ways of making vertebrates take off faster. More advanced engine would allow Lancers to respond to field requests in the Wasteland much faster. Reach the limit of what is possible in my lab. Enclave may have already been developing an experimental vertebrate with a more advanced engine. Getting one of these experimental vertebrates would greatly help with my research. Where can I find? It's difficult to say. Found some of them in the ruins of the Raven Rock, but nothing could be salvaged. The vertebrate sightings have grown increasingly rare these days as they have been running out of fuel due to losing their bases. Said the comms tower Castle Line still picks up the automated distress signals when they crash. Received word that recently a vertebrate's distress signal with the unique frequency was detected. It's a good chance that the down vertebrate may be one of the prototype with the experimental engine. If I'll crash site and retrieve the engine parts, I can work on adapting those to Brotherhood vertebrates. Okay, I'll go see what I can find. Somewhere between Evergreen Mills and Tempe Tower. Here's schematics for the parts that interest me the most. No need to bring back the whole engine. Best of luck. Okay. It's between Evergreen Mills. Hold on. Is this like... This say where it is? I would love that because I've already forgotten where it's supposed to be at. Oh. Right there apparently. Cool. Cool. How is research on vertebrates proceed? Going well despite the limited amount of data we recover from the Enclave. Still, every day we are making improvements and learning how best to fly them. It may be a while until we can grow our vertebrate fleet, but considering the demands of the Wasteland, it is enough. I find myself studying aeronautics. Mainly luck, although I had previous knowledge of vertebrates thanks to some data the Brotherhood brought from Lost Hills. When we took Adams Air Force Base, I began attempting to repair some of the vertebrates. Suppose someone noticed. Huh? Wacky tobacco, my backy boy.
Sir Knight?
Hey, Jeffers. What kind of name is Jeffers? Anything I can do to help? Oh yes, if you're offering, there's something I could use your help with. We're going to organizing a new branch of Knights that specialize in operating alongside vertebrates. Equipped with specialized power armor and trained in airborne operations. Interested in joining some of them on a training exercise? Love for some feedback from the Field Marshal. Sure. Wonderful. Promise you won't be disappointed. Find O'Hare and Houston are Castle Lions waiting to be deployed. Can't wait to hear what you think of their tactics. What do you do here? Besides representing the interest of the Order of Lancers, I assist Simmons with the vertebrate research. I mean, I don't know how vertebrates fly, but I do know how to fly them, you dig? Provide what practical experience I can. Okay, how'd you join them? It was a night before I joined the New Order. Since I was young, I always dreamed about flying. Hell, I remember when I was a kid at Rivet City, I'd jump into the cockpit of those broken jets and pretend I was taking off. Heard about the Lancers, I just knew I had to join. Tell you, nothing beats flying. How is it working with Simmons? Don't be fooled by his serious, typical scribe attitude, always going about research. He has a passion for flying, just as much as I do. Boy, you should have seen the wonder in his eyes the first time I took him flying in the vertebrate. You should have also seen the look on his face when we hit some turbulence. Okay. I certainly feel like I'm on the outside looking in, if that's what you're asking. But the scribes have always been a clique of their own, even when I was knight at the Citadel. Still, it's hard denying that they're some of the smartest people in the Wasteland. Okay. Alright then. Looks like you. Could use some help from a big box of help yourself. Take out Daddy's Go and reviews on Yelp. 5-star, flawless, great up great. With a bunch of a pentagram. Wham pam boom alakazam. You must be the field marshal. I have to say you're a bit younger than I would have expected for such an important position. And again, everyone is young to me. Now, what could the expert of explosives do for you? Any help? Aren't you a polite young person? To be willing to defuse a bomb for me? Sure, I found it inside a abandoned military truck. I believe it's a pre-war prototype smart bomb. I was tinkering with it, and I think I may have accidentally armed it. Can you believe it? Should probably try to be more careful. Not as young as I used to be, and my eyesight isn't the best at disarming bombs these days. Would you mind giving it a go? Shouldn't this be evacuated? Oh, I think everyone is much too busy to be. Doesn't seem to set the timer. There's no concern about it detonating. Sometimes it switches mildly. You might want to do more than just bomb. Detonator, not a timer. So the detonator most likely it won't be blowing up anytime soon. Let's make a mistake trying to defuse it. Then it'll probably is that it seems to be able to repair itself. A self-repairing bomb, an oxymoron. Repairing its wiring that has been cut, unless successfully diffused. At least that is what I'm theorizing. One for the use. It's covered in notes and markings. I believe there's something to suggest how to do. Sir? What the fuck, dude? Why? I mean, why is there a fucking bomb in here? Okay. There are 4 sets of colored wires. The correct wire must be cut in each set in order to disarm the bomb. Feature is that the wires will reconnect the incorrect wires cut, meaning you'll have to start over from the beginning if you make a mistake. With the wrong wire, your explosive still determines if you avoid it. Red! Red! Okay, so red, blue, yellow. Okay, red, blue, blue. Red. Red, blue, blue, yellow. Heyo! Easy peasy, bitch. I defused it. Good job. I knew you could do it. I hope you feel proud of yourself. I've always believed the thrill of defusing unexploded ordnance was its own reward, but I'm sure you want something a bit more tangible. What a prototype launcher I've been working on. Sounds fun, doesn't it? A Columbia launcher. Okay. How long have you been studying explosives? Oh, long enough to have terrible hearing, if that's what you're asking. I've also lost plenty of fingers. I always have a glass of ice nearby to put them in so they can be reattached later. That's nice, I guess. How's research on explosives going? Oh, it is a booming, pun intended. Even in my old age, I'm learning more ways to make bigger explosions. There's so much to learn. You got frag mines, plasma mines, pulse mines, cryo mines. Can you believe it? Cryo mines. Who would have thought of something like that? It's a fascinating science. The aliens. Is it safe to have all this ordnance in one room? Well, I can't very well study duds, can I? What is there to learn from something that doesn't work? Besides, I know where all the detonators are and how long the timers are for each bomb in my office. I'll keep the pins in. Don't you worry.
Is this relevant to the mission?
Yes, it's relevant to the mission. Don't be an asshole. We're exploring the doorways. I'm gonna leave that. That seems like it's leading to somewhere important. Hello, Luciano. Greetings, I'm Scribe Luciano, head researcher for Melee. Anything I can do? Can I help? There's one thing you could do for me. It's not related to my research, but something more personal. My husband was a paladin who served in many campaigns across the Wasteland. There are few whom my husband has held in greater contempt than those known as raiders, and he had slayed the very worst of their kind. However, he fell in battle against a raider boss operating in Arlington. While his body was covered, his warhammer was not. Fear his hammer now rests in the very hands of the foul raider that murdered him. Such a flagrant disrespect of my husband's legacy weighs heavy on my soul. I cannot rest easy until his hammer is recovered. Mind doing me the honor of avenging my late husband by recovering his hammer and slaying the raider that wrongfully wields it? Yeah, sure, why not? Thank you, Field Marshal. The murderer, he ranks with gangs of raiders somewhere in Arlington. Focus on searching the underworld for him, as raiders so often make their homes in the dark metros and accompanying. Yeah. We're gonna melee? I've studied and forged such weapons my whole life. Scribes study all technology, and ever since the fledgling days of Elder Maxon, there's existed a scribe dedicated to melee weapons. Carry out work not only the noblest of weapons, but also continue the traditional research of those before me. Are they still valuable in this day? Well-crafted hammer might not be at first be as elaborate or technologically astounding as the weapons my colleagues study, but should you find yourself backed into a corner and without ammo, a hammer forged with the finest steel will quickly deliver you from any peril. That is, if you know how to wield such a mighty weapon. Okay, what do you specialize in? Forge all kinds, but I find myself drawn to warhammers, in particular the mighty super sledge. Few weapons surpass it, and you will find it to be a favorite among many seasoned paladins. After all, honor is rarely gained in the battle from afar with the laser rifle. Do you enjoy working here? Admit that I miss the military grandeur of the Citadel. There I could forge a weapon and in an hour find it at home in the hands of the knight or paladin. Perhaps I'm being nostalgic for my place where I met my husband. Scribes here certainly know how to tidy up here better than the knights of the Citadel. Can you tell me more about your husband? I'm always ready to sing the praise of my late husband. He was an honorable warrior and a loving friend. Never forget when he brought back the skull of a behemoth with his cranium smashed in by the hammer I forged for him. It was quite the romantic. But it's hard not to feel a creeping sadness every time I reminisce about him. Still, the comforting memory of him is enough to hold back the tears. Okay, that's good for you, I guess. Bam! Right in the kisser. Right in the kisser. Alright. So this is wood. I love swords. Alright. Hello. Oh, nobody in here. Oh, there's someone.
Hey,
Vree the Younger. You must be the field marshal. Charmed, I'm sure. Brings you to the academy. Here to see the newest wonders produced by the Order of the Sword. Let me know if there's anything I can do for you. Let me research it. So the future of energy weapons. And let me tell you, the future is plasma. If you're interested in something boring, go talk to my sister. She studies laser weaponry. Don't let her fool you into thinking she's a genius. If she was smart, she wouldn't be studying lasers. One way she even became a scribe was by stealing my notes. She's mooched off me since we were young. I've got an idea. How about you help me even the score? Willing to help me by downloading whatever research data is on the sister... What? Maybe you should just work together. All these years of her taking credit for my work, you think I should start willingly sharing my research? No, I don't think I like the side of that. You just want me to download the research? Kind of, but it won't be that easy, I'm afraid. I predict my sister might try to hack into my terminal, so I had Journeyman Khan install some heavy-duty security software. I think I should have paid him more because he went and installed the same software onto my sister's terminal after she found out. It will be hard to bypass, and I doubt she'll just give you the password. I'll see what I can do. If you want to try hacking into the terminal, you might have better luck talking to the Journeyman Khan who installed the software. Maybe he has some sort of skeleton key that you can bypass. Good luck. Field Marshal, you have no idea how excited I am to even the score. Okay, you're trying to improve the stabilization of plasma rifles, although I'm having a hard time determining if turning people into goo is a fault or feature of plasma weapons. Why do you share the same name? My great-great, I'm not sure how many great-grandmothers, was a famous scribe. Grandma Vree was a head scribe during a big war with some super mutants out west in California long ago. I've had a few Vrees here at the academy. My mother's senior scribe, my twin sister, and also my baby sister, Knight Captain Vree. Tell me about your family. Sister studies laser, and so that should tell you how boring and old-fashioned she is. Other sister is a knight, so that makes her the black sheep of the family. Mom sure wasn't happy when she heard about her career choice. It was one of the few times I saw my mom express any real emotion about her daughters. I know she cares about us. It's just that she has always had her eyes on the prize, her position of head scribe. Sisters and I just try to stay out of her way, but you know, I think she still loves us. At least I hope she does. Okay. Oh my fucking god. Okay. Oh god. That's okay.
watch for signs of trouble.
I assume you're Vree the Elder. Must be fun, Marshall. I've heard so much about you. Let me get the facts straight about you. Are you more brains or more brawn? I mean, I like to think I'm rather good at thinking. Tombstone, given who your father is, although I would never presume to tie you to your parents' legacy. Trust me, I know how that is. What can I help you with? Your sister asked me to steal data. Did she now? How interesting. She's rarely ever this bold, and I guess that's why she sent you to do it instead of herself. What if you steal her research note instead and give it to me? Certainly something to think about, isn't it? Tell me what you're working on. I study energy weapons here at the Academy with a specialization in laser technology. Might find that many are turning towards plasma, Tesla, and even Gauss. In my opinion, the tried and true laser rifle still reigns supreme over energy weapons. Some Beverly. Famous ancestor of mine, a famous scribe, came from a long line of scribes stretching back to the early days of the Brotherhood of Steel, and my family continued to wear the velvet robes. Twin sister of Reed the Younger works on plasma technology in the office across from mine. My mother oversees the Order of the Swords research here at the Academy. Not everyone in the Academy has chosen the life of a scribe. My youngest sister chose to be a knight. I'm not sure why she didn't want to be a scribe, but it seems to be working out for her. She's a new knight captain. We're on security here. Enjoy working with your family? Prefer it if I had the chance to work alone. Sometimes I get the feeling that most people think I am only here because of my mother, as if my research doesn't speak for itself, but I would be foolish to say that having such a famous last name doesn't come with benefits when you're a scribe. I mean, I'm no Maxon, but I'm sure my last name has opened a few doors for me. Oh my gosh. It's Vree. Watch, it's gonna be Vree. Wait. Is it fucking laser? No, it's not. wait. This is my last attempt. Plasma. No, okay. Okay, I need to talk to fucking some dude. Hey, Senior Scribe. Greetings, Field Marshal. Senior Scribe Bree, head researcher of the Order of the Sword at the Academy. I look around, but please do not impede the research of any of the scribes. One of your daughters asked me to steal research from the other. Sounds like I've been a healthy competition. Are you fucking for real? Of course I do. My daughters are some of the brightest minds of the Brotherhood of Steel. They have gotten to where they are because they always push each other to be their very best. As long as their work doesn't suffer because of their competition, I see no reason to intervene. Not children anymore, they can make their own choices. You're fucking awful already. Holy shit. Managed the Order of the Sword? My title is to yes, I'm the most senior scribe here, at least in terms of rank. Both Massey and Long are older than I am, but they have chosen to refuse promotion so they might focus on their research. I admire their dedication to their work, but I gladly accept taking a larger role in guiding the Order of the Sword. Most of the scribes here, thankfully, do not require much oversight, so I let them research how they wish. As long as they meet their research quotas, I leave them alone. But they know I expect only the best from them. Ancestor mine, a notable scribe who served at the head of order during a large war with scribes from the West. I'm blessed enough to pass down that Mitron. Fine working here. Yeah. Tell me about your daughters. Field Marshal, I'm more than just their mother, and they are more than just my daughters. Inquire about them, speak to them himself. Twin daughters are both accomplished scribes in their field of studies, and my youngest daughter is serving the Brotherhood in her own unique wedding. Please don't mistake my lack of coddling as a lack of love or pride for my daughters. I like to think I've raised them well enough to stand on their own. You work with the others? I prefer to keep the research of my scribes separate from the other orders. The other senior scribes wish to take offense to that, and that is their choice. Are you researching anything? Well, when I'm not administrating, I enjoy studying Gauss weaponry, frequently overlooked technology. As of right now, I'm working on reducing the recoil from Gauss rifle in a way that is not at all at the expense of firepower. Thank you for asking, Field Marshal. I think it's important to maintain my research while also fulfilling my responsibility as a senior scribe. Oh my fucking god, dude. Okay.
Hey.
I've already forgotten who I'm supposed to talk to in terms of... Oh, is this gonna tell me where it is? Because I don't fucking know where this guy is. Alien. Oh. Welcome to hell. Hello, just a night. Not that there's anything wrong with knights. Aperture science. We do what we must because we can. For the good of all of us, except the ones who are dead. Now there's no sense crying over every mistake. Just keep on trying till you run out of... So I'm glad I got burned. Think of, ow, all the things we learned when your legs are fucking broken. Ow, ow, ow. And it really, really, really hurts. Ow, ow, ow. I wish my legs... I went to the wrong portal dimension. Portal Quill. There it is. I just went to the wrong pocket dimension, unfortunately. And believe me, I am still alive. There we go. Talk to Journeyman Khan. We're not going to talk to everyone here yet. I want to have some kind of system in place here. Otherwise, I'm going to get incredibly stressed out. So, Khan, we're going to talk to you thoroughly, and then we're going to leave everything alone. Journeyman Khan, at your service, Field Marshal. Manage the digital archives here at the Academy, so please let me know if you need help accessing a file. What files are stored in the digital archive? Most part, I've been digitizing most of the Brotherhood Steel's physical archives, holotag records, maps, scribe research papers, transcripts of Elder Lion sermons, that sort of thing. I'll have some enclave files recovered from Ravenrock, although I don't know what they contain, and they're encrypted. She said you could try my hand at coding them. I'll see what I can do. Find the files on the terminal in digital archive. 5 files, each encrypted in a different manner. Once you're finished, you can let me know. Okay, what does your work entail? Manage the archive of the Brotherhood Seal, at least the files that are here. Jameson approves of the idea, but Salt does not. He runs the library here at the Academy. Can't outright refuse an order from the proctor, but he's very hesitant to let me have one of his precious books. Thankfully, I can rely on Yearling to send me a supply of books from Arlington Library. I know scanning book pages into a terminal might not be the most exciting work, but I hope it will earn me scribe robes. You work for anyone here? Well, I'm no longer an apprentice, so I don't have to work under any scribe. I'm working on my journeyman project that I will submit to Jameson when I apply to become a full-fledged scribe of the quill. That being said, as manager of the digital archives, I do sometimes work with the other archivists, consultant peers, or pairs. While it's rare, they're protective of their books and manuscripts. Not that I blame them, they have texts that are centuries old. Usually they understood that digitizing text would allow them to survive another couple centuries. For the most part, it's mainly Brotherhood records. I've been working on adding more diversity into the archive by going through terminals that have been found salvaged from Wasteland. A large amount of Enclave files from Raven Rock and Castle Lions. Collection of pre-war files taken from terminals, both civilian and military. Things like digital diaries, business agreements, blueprints. Found snack recipes from Mama Dolce's terminals and maps of American military bases. Also found on Mama Dolce's terminals for some reason. Most of the stuff is boring, I'll admit, but occasionally I find something interesting to read. Okay. Dude, I need this fucking security system. Oh Christ, I knew this would happen as soon as I got involved with those sisters. Bree the Younger asked me to install extra security software. And her sister asked me to install the same software. I was just worried they'd go after each other, and then I'd have their mother breathing on the neck. So I gave Night Captain Bree, who handles security holodesk with software bypass codes to keep me out of the eventual mess. Fuck me, how many women are there here that have the last name Bree? Night Bree has the... Yes, you should go out and leave me out of it. That's fair, dude. I would not want to fucking deal with this. I don't really want to deal with this, but I'm doing it anyway. Okay, where's this fucking... The digital archives are... up here. Okay, encrypted Enclave files. File 1. I'm pretty sure I have the answers here somewhere. If there's no sun crying over, let me get to my notes app. TextNet. Where is it? Where would it be? Where? Okay. Here it is. Liberty. Boom. File 2. USA. Oh yeah. Presidente. Oh yeah. America. This one's kind of easy though, I think. It looks like. And then... Oh, and this is just the Enclave. Okay. Boom. Easy fucking peasy. Should I go talk to Khan again?
Hey.
Hey. Oh. Let's go. Hey. Oh. Let's go. Breaker. What do you need? I encrypted it. It's great news. With the encryptions out of the way, we can start looking through the files and maybe discover something noteworthy. If those files decoded, I can also have free time to work on my auto-hack keys. What I call my coded holodisks, that can unlock almost any terminal they are inserted into. I sell them to field scribes, but this job hasn't afforded me the time to make more. As until now, thanks to your help. If you ever want to buy any auto-hack keys, here, take some for free. At least I can do. Hack most terminals except those that have some heavy duty. Okay. They're pretty expensive. Thanks, bitch. Okay. Now let's... To be honest, the elder Vree has annoyed me far fucking more than the younger one. So I am probably gonna help out Vree. No, the younger... Fucking Plasma Vree is the one that I've been most annoyed by. I think that's the one I was at, so this is where, what's-her-face, the Night Captain Vree is. I feel like I did talk to her. Vra, come on. Vra Administration. Liberty. Wait, have I? I don't think, actually, maybe not. I don't think I've been to these. Have I been to the administration building? I don't think I have. I feel like I would. I feel like I would have.
Good to see you.
Okay, so there's a bunch of just nameless scribes. Okay. Hello, Night Captain. Good to see you again. Okay, I did talk to you. Wondering if we'd meet. Oh wait, no. I have a Enclave bunker. Oh. Yeah, you've gained a promotion. Closer to Paladin, right, Field Marshal? I kind of don't recognize you. Expect the promotion to lay me behind a desk working alongside a bunch of scribes. Still, I'm enjoying the new rank and the times are changing, I suppose. Now what can I do for you as head of security? I can locate a Night She. Can you help me? Night She? Can't say I know her personally, but I can check the patrol list and help you locate her. Oh, nice. That was convenient. I would expect a paladin to be in command of a facility this large, as would most, but Senior Scribe Digil insisted that no paladins be posted here. It would clear that Academy was not a military base, but a research center. Join her is an exception because she is here solely for the purpose of study. Leaves me in command of this campus skeleton security force, and Stigil still doesn't have to worry about butting heads with the paladin. He's undisputably in charge here. Just get the forebear. I chose not to follow so. Direction of the scribe path has always been a point of contention with my mother. Guess I should mention you can find my mother and sisters in the Sword building next door. Like working close to your family. I don't see them all that much since we work in separate buildings. Whether or not that is a good thing, I guess, depends on how much you value family. Not that there wouldn't be much to say even if we did have family time. After becoming an initiate, my scribe sisters mocked me for choosing the knuckle dragging order of the knights. And my mother, she doesn't have much to say to me. If I see her, I am simply met with a disappointed gaze. Apologize, I'm sure you are uninterested in mundane family drama. Okay. How do you like working just scribes in general? Since my mother's a scribe, I'm more accustomed to their idiosyncrasies than most knights. Still, working under Sigil is something else entirely. He's eccentric, to say the least, and his knowledge or perhaps obsession with art makes him unique in Brotherhood, if not the entire Wasteland. Certainly understand why they call him the Ivory Scribe. Alright, can I have the bypass codes? I can already guess why you're asking. Did my sisters pull you into one of their schemes to steal research from each other? Sorry you got mixed up in their nonsense, Field Marshal. But to answer your question, yes, I do have them. Khan was very smart to deliver to them. As its head of security and as their sister, I know how to best deal with her rivalry. Have they always been so competitive? Ever since I can remember? I mean, they are twins, so maybe it has something to do with that. They steal from each other all the time. Food, research notes, experiments, hell, even boys a couple times. Ooh. She never really did anything about it. She thought the competition would make them smarter. Maybe it did. They are both experts in their respective fields, after all. It's annoying when you're young just like me to find yourself caught in the crossfire. First deployment away from Citadel was still so soothing. Super mutants just don't compare to my sisters. Why involve yourself with their competition? Good question, but I suppose I can't help but want to stop my sisters from scheming against each other. I've always tried to be the peacekeeper in the family. Maybe that's why I became a knight. Preferred if they just worked together. In fact, it would be great if everyone in this family got along better. But my mother always taught us that competition breeds success, so here we are. Maybe I can convince them to work together. Really? Think you can do that? It'd be great if you could, but you won't have any luck convincing these two to work together. They only listen to our mother. She tells them to work together, then they will, even if they aren't happy about it. Although I doubt my mother would be easy to convince either. I don't think she likes seeing her daughters compete. It's so awkward asking the Field Marshal to intervene in my dysfunctional family. Still, I would appreciate it if you were able to stop all this fighting. Not that I expect us to start gathering on the fireplace any soon. Okay. Okay. Save that. I do want this just to see what it is. It's only a matter of time for Academy. Teach them a lesson. I should teach them. Maintaining security. I just want to see what it is. Oh. Why is he called Armory? Cliche that scribes are focused on the research to the point they're uninterested with the daily happenings of the world around him, but he seems to live solely in the ivory tower of his mind, and his obsession with art is extreme even by scribe standards. While Lions might appreciate his dedicated to preserving the arts, there's many who don't view him in such a positive light, especially after his exhibition to the art gallery. What happened there? Somehow, he managed to convince Lions to allow him to organize an expedition to the art museum in the mall. Like most buildings in the mall, it was occupied with super mutants. The expedition suffered casualties, but Stigil returned with a large number of paintings and other works of art. Many paladins were angered by the loss of life over a collection of faded portraits and broken statues, but Stigil was firm and unapologetic defense and Lions shielded him. Some say that expedition was factored in Kaz's desertion and the formation of the outcasts. I think it's a harsh accusation, and for what it is worth, I believe Stigil is a perfectly fine man and a diligent scribe. Still, there are plenty who think Stigil has continued to fail upwards to his good relationship with the Elder. Interesting. Okay. Let's go. I just want to know what the fucking thing is. What the gosh darn diddly answers are.
Hey.
Hey. You know what I mean? Oh shit, I just went to the wrong pocket dimension again. Keep stepping into wormholes. This place is full of wormholes. Yeah, damn. Holder of the sword. I'm a sword man. Don't you understand me? The swordest man who ever sworded. Alright, let's get down to business. Huh. To defeat the Huns. Did they send me daughters? When I just want to know. Oh, I can't. Okay, never mind. There's no. What's up? What's he the fuck up? What's that goddamn boy? Oh wait, this is the wrong one. I'm dumb. I'm dumb. I was trying to reload to whatever, but I think I saved over that already. Suited for. Unless this is it. I don't think it is. I think this is. Oh, it is. Sweetums. I don't want that. Iverscribe, art gallery. I just wanted to see.
Good to see you.
Oh, you're just you import. No, you just subscribe. You subscribe. Subscribe. Okay. Let's get down to business to defeat the Huns. Taking out the shrapnel. Alright. Oh, looks like you could Why is that fucking monkey pogging? Oh! Oh, looks like you could use some help from a big boss of help. Check out Daddy's glowing reviews on Yelp. 5-star, flawless, great. Oh shit, I didn't jump. I pressed the jump button, but I didn't jump. With a pouch of a pentagram. Wham bam boom, my luck kazam. I'm trying to sacrificial lamb. You get the family rate. Thanks, Dad. Who needs a busboy now that you've got the chef? Wow! Michelin tasting menu free a la carte. I'll rig the game for you because I'm the real. Champagne fountains, caviar mountains, that's just the start. Who's been here since day one? Who's been faithful as an... Makes you chuckle with an old-timey pun, your executive producer. Who's your pal, your day-to-day? Who's your steadfast hotelier? Hey, Mumsykins. Why don't you stop being a fucking loser? You talked about your daughters. Me too, that sounds a bit strongly worded. I hope you chose your next words carefully. What do you say? You okay with your daughters trying to steal research from each other? I don't have to involve myself this heavily, too heavily in the business of my scribes, and that includes my daughters. Continues to meet my standard of quality, they can do what they please. Besides, I've always encouraged healthy competition. I would say they... Bro, fucking... That's ridiculous. How many sisters do you know? Still, I understood we were saving. This has gone far enough. The last thing I want is having field marshal involved in the antics of my daughter. From here on out, I'll see to it that my daughters are cooperating on their energy weapon research. Excuse me, I have my own research to address. There. Are you happy now, lady? You're the reason why my sister and I are now collaborating on energy weapons. I didn't expect much to come out of sharing notes with her, but it looks like we're both making more progress together than separate. There's something to say thanks for taking an interest. Oh. Thanks. What can you tell me about Senior Scribe C? Saying my mother's dedicated to her research would be an understatement. Growing up, I've always had the story that when she gave birth to my sister and I, later she gave birth to me during lunch break, and then later she gave birth to my sister after shift in the lab was over. It's just a dumb story, but once you speak my mother, it's easy to start believing in it. How was it collaborating with her? Still butt heads here and there, but with my guidance, I would say we're making good progress in our weapons research. Okay. She seemed to be the more annoying of you two. Then again, it's probably just because she was the first I interacted with. I want to thank you for causing my sister and I to work together on our research. I'll admit that I didn't think I could ever work next to her. The results speak to themselves. Here's a gift to show my appreciation. Thanks. How is it? Doing a lot more than I thought I would. Reminds me when we were kids and we would steal weapons from the armory to assemble. That's nice. What's your name? Is this that festival? Let's check out with an old-timey pun. Oh, she's just been down in Rivet City. Did I talk to her in Rivet? I might have already talked to her in Rivet City. Whatever, we're still exploring. Executive producer. Okay. Oops, I didn't mean to steal. But it felt so right, didn't it? Felt so good to steal. In fact, I'd say I want to steal more. What sort of A-wing? The fuck is A-wing? Is this where I already was? Please tell me this is already where. Oh no! So many closed doors. Oh wait, maybe this is just the living quarters. Oh, thank God. I thought there was more. I don't mind doing these quests. It's just a fucking lot of them, and I thought there was gonna be even more. But I think this is just the living quarters. Thank God. I assume that's like the other side, the other group of living quarters. Like one is like the male dorm, and the other's the female dorm, or some bullshit. Okay. Okay, thank God. We've cleared out 2 buildings, I think. Whoa. Yes, we've cleared out 2 of the buildings. Unless there's more here. No, there's nothing. Okay. Cleared, breached and cleared 2 buildings. Isn't that fucking beautiful? So now we just have the administration building, which is already showing to not have as much. Or if there is that, yeah, it's already showing that there's not nearly as much, so. Make you chuckle with an old-timey pun. Your executive producer. Wait. 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 No, because I have the quill.
Evening.
Where the fuck was the administration building then? Is it connected to the shield? Am I stupid? I am stupid. Okay. So I'm pretty sure I have been to... Yeah, I've been to the shield, for sure. So I need to go to the quill after exploring the administration a bit more. I didn't really, like, give it a big look around. I didn't want to have to fucking deal with anything. Hello, Stigel. Oh, Field Marshal. Pleasure to make your acquaintance. I'm Stigel, and I have the honor of managing the Research Academy. Hope you enjoyed your visit. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to ask. How is it proceeding? Things are going well, although the orders are always in competition with one another over resources and funding. Let's be very careful in how I distribute funds to the order, or else I will be accused of favoritism. But I'm hoping you might help me, or share the burden with the decision I must make. Need help with. Except for Liberty Prime, the study of robotics has never been too much of a concern for Brotherhood. Times are changing, and there's plenty of research that can be done on robotics. The question is, which order should oversee this new field of research? It's not a decision I can make alone without disrupting the careful balance among the orders. Hope you might decide for me which order will be charged with studying robots. What are their research goals? You want to see the robots used for military purposes? Sword or shield is your most obvious choice. Shield focus on the defensive. Sword will improve their offense. Quill has some interesting suggestions on how to use the robots to improve the productivity of settlements. Upgraded firepower, armor. Quill. Form Combs right away that his order has rewarded the funding. Surely want to thank you. I believe Khan will be heading to the order's first project on robotics, so please feel free to speak with him if you're interested in helping. Okay. So sent to various settlements to help improve their productivity. You'll start receiving a small increase in the number of taxes. Yay! Okay. Heard your expedition to the American Art Gallery. Is that so? I'm sure you have an opinion about the expedition. Everyone seems to. What do you think? Was the expedition to the Art Gallery a waste? Let's hear it. I value preservation of humanities, but not the cost of lives. I understand your apprehension. I truly do. And I do not take the loss of life lightly. If the Brotherhood is willing to risk lives for a rare laser weaponry, why not also take risks to save a priceless work of art? There's more to humanity than the weapons created. If it's to rebuild humanity, it cannot only collect what has caused it to collapse in the first place. That's true. What do you do here? I carry out simple administration duties here at the Academy. Means making sure the lights stay on and the orders have access to the resources they need. I give the orders plenty of autonomy to study whatever they wish, just as long as their experience don't destroy the entire campus. Try not to step on any toes. Last thing I would want to do is stand between the scribe and the research. What is research? Oh, it's about anything, really. If you want to know more, I should just speak to those in charge of the respective orders. Combs has the order of the quill. They've housed themselves in what used to be an old library. O'Gallagher oversees the order of the shield. You can find him working on power armor down the hall. Of course, there's a prideful warhorse named Vree. She heads the order of the sword in the building over. Combs is the most agreeable fellow and an old mentor of mine. Watch you don't find yourself in the crosshair between Vree and O'Gallagher. Competition between the sword and shield is alive and well here. Okay, what'd you do before? I worked as a scribe in the Order of the Quill. My duties pertain to the recovery and preservation of art, whether they be paintings, statues, or other expression of artistic merit. Many of the pieces I secured can be found decorating the walls of my office or the library of the Order of the Quill. I miss searching the ruins of DC for art, even if sadly my expeditions to art galleries were not always appreciated by some in the Brotherhood. Why are there many soldiers? Because this is not a military installation. This place was founded to give scribes a place to study and innovate far from the meatheads at the Citadel and Castle Lions. Ever since Project Purity, the Brotherhood has been building military bases left and right. Only fair scribes will receive a plot of land to call our own. Are you receiving commands from the Citadel? Receive the odd communication here and there, but so far we are allowed to focus on our research. Senior scribes still answer their respective proctors, and I still take calls from head scribe Rothschild. Unless something urgent comes up, we are allowed to research whatever we please. Such autonomy is needed for science to truly thrive. So long, Gibbos. Okay. It's fun, I guess. Oh, looks like you could use some help from the big boss of himself. Check out Daddy's glowing reviews on Yelp. 5-star, flawless, greater than great. With a bunch of frantic brain. Nurse! Nurse, I'm dying, nurse! Dr. Hermes? Night Sergeant Hermes. All of these days I go by the title of Doctor. What can I help you with? So you were once a knight? I still am, technically speaking. Once a knight, always a knight, even if I'm serving in a less combat-oriented role. I'm in charge of providing medical services here at the Academy, so to reflect that, I've been going by Doctor rather than my rank. Between you and me, I'm looking forward to the day when I can be called a knight again. And you end up here. They needed a medical officer, and so I was recommended. For this post, I was combat medic. To be honest, I believe I would be doing more good treating wounded on the battlefield. Instead, I'm here treating burn wounds when a scribe's experiment goes wrong, so I'm going to get a promotion out of this. What does a knight know about medicine? Fair question. Most of my knowledge relates to field triage and combat situations, useful when fighting in the ruins, but here most of my patients suffer from food poisoning from a bad Wama Dolce snack. Joining on the day when a scribe's laser experiment goes awry and someone loses a limb. Then I can practice the kind of medicine I'm an expert on. Okay. I mean not to come for you. Come to you for the help. I need somebody help. And these are all just bedrooms. Not just anybody.
Good to see you.
Help. Need someone, not anyone. Hello.
I've been here before.
Yeah, I know we've been here before, lady. No one at that bathroom has a bath and fancy schmancy. Okay. Now we can head out to the quill. Whoa! Need somebody to love. Fine. Ow! My leg's broken. Ow! They're just so damn broken. Ow! Everyone, please help me. It hurts so much to walk around when my legs are broken. All ground. Please, someone help me. Hey, Blackwell. Greetings, Field Marshal. I'm Scribe Blackwell, head agriculturist here in the Academy. If you have time, there's something urgent I would like to speak about. Oh, there's something urgent. It has to do with our water supply. While my research on crop production is going well, there's little point if the Brotherhood doesn't have enough water. Even with Project Purity, PP, calculations point to it being difficult to provide water for both population drink supply and crop production. That's why they should look for more water reservoirs where Project Purity's technology can be put to use. Good news is I discovered another possible supply of water, the Montgomery County Reservoir. It's an abandoned water treatment plant. Young scribe volunteered to investigate, although I've not heard from him in some time. Never should have let him travel by himself, but he claimed he would draw less attention alone. I'm sure I understand what it's like to be adventurous youth, so what help. Yeah. I've been to the reservoirs occupied by raiders. Suppose that might be why I've not heard from young Kavanaugh. It's a sickening thought, but I would still appreciate it if you travel there and look for him. You can only hope for the best. Okay. Still alive, please help him start the treatment plant. Good luck and stay safe. Okay. How about your research? My research mainly pertains to agriculture. I'm currently working on domesticating mud fruit with what I call refined mud fruit. Heard rumors that tribals on Point Lookout were able to domesticate a crop known as punga fruit. If we can do the same with mud fruit, it will add some much-needed food diversity into the average wastelander's diet. Plus, it has a much easier diet time growing in the wasteland's rough soil compared to more traditional crops. Okay, what can you tell about the current food situation? Farming situation is rough to say the least. Project Purity might be producing clean water, but good soil is hard to come by near the wastes. River City can grow proper crops like carrots and potatoes thanks to their hydroponic gardens, but most settlements are struggling to grow even maize, and if they have a successful harvest, the nutritional value of their crop is negligible. Most people in the wasteland survive on a diet of meat, either from Brahmin or whatever game they kill, like mole rats or mirelurks. Any of those that survive only off pre-war packaged foods, they scavenge from ruins of supermarkets. Based on what I've studied, that stuff was barely edible before the bombs drop. I don't know how they eat it. In short, the food situation could be better, and that's why I'm working on to improve it. Have I studied agriculture? Some capacity or another I have. As part of the team at Project Purity and studied how the clean water could be used to improve farming in the wasteland. Worked at the memorial after we took it from the Enclave, so I never had the pleasure of meeting your father. From what I hear, he was a great man. I'm sure I could use his insights on my current research. Yeah, probably. He was pretty cool. Hello, Blackwell. Ah, the Field Marshal. Pleasure to meet you. My name is Blackwell. Pleasure to Blackwell these days. Perhaps you met my daughter, Scrap Blackwell. Help her study farming at the academy. You seem kind of old. Look at a pair of eyes you got there, Field Marshal. You used to be a paladin. Well, I guess I still got the title. Now I have another one. Apprentice. How'd you go from being a paladin to an apprentice? Having one last war with the Enclave, I realized I wasn't the young warrior I used to be, and that it was a time for a change in scenery. Usually if you make it to my age in the Brotherhood, you are sent off by the High Elders to start a new chapter in some forgotten corner of the Wastes. Seeing as we haven't heard from Lost Hills for some time, I doubt I'll be getting the promotion. I had always been interested in the work of a scribe, and you know my daughter didn't only get her smarts from her scribe mother. My body might be degrading, mine is as sharp as ever, so I asked Elder Lyons if I could transfer, and he approved of the new appointment. Now should the Citadel ever need me, I'll pick up my rusty old suit of T-51B. Until then, I can enjoy gardening with my daughter. So you're an apprentice to your own daughter? That's right. I didn't only put on these robes as a way to retire from the life of a paladin. Get to be my age, you start realizing what's important in life, and start thinking of how you want to spend the remainder of it. I spent most of my daughter's youth on the battlefield. When you're a paladin, you don't have the luxury of family time. Her mom did a good job raising her before she passed away. My daughter has her mother's wit as well as her eyes. I've got some regrets as a father. I'm lucky enough to make up for that lost time with my daughter. It's the best retirement I could ask for, even if I do have to walk around these silly robes. Robes? Do you enjoy studying it? I'm not gonna lie to you and say I understand what half this research is actually about. Daughter uses words like horticulture and photosynthesis, and I just nod along. Still, I'm enjoying gardening. It's relaxing to see a seedling grow little by little, day by day. Besides, if I ever miss my days as a soldier, I can always swap war stories with Paladin Joiner. That's nice, I suppose. That's a nice story. Oh, yeah, I'm not going back down to maintenance. There might be more stuff in maintenance, but that place is too confusing for me. I'm too stupid. Too stupid to explore maintenance. Hey, Combs. Welcome to the office of the Order of the Quill. Pleasure to make your acquaintance, Field Marshal. Make yourself at home. Speak to the scribes. I'm sure they would love to tell you about their work. Do you need help? Of course, there's much work to be in on. Sure, if any of the scribes would appreciate a helping hand, she'd have time to offer one. Oh, okay. What do you do? I technically supervise the work of the scribes from the Order of the Quill and their work here at the Academy, although I wouldn't call myself a supervisor. I don't really do too much supervising. Scribes don't need it. Days of counseling apprentices are long over, but I still offer some advice when I can. What are they researching? What are you guys researching? Oh, a great diversity of subjects are being studied here. Used to be the Order of the Quill mainly focused on archival work, but these days we have the liberty of researching many different things. For example, you can find Hornburn studying history, while Blackwell is doing agriculture. A new day for the Order of the Quill. Do you work with the other orders? I have offered to help both the Sword and the Shield manage their blueprint archives. However, only the Shield took me up on the offer. The Sword refused, which is well within their rights, of course. I think it would be better for everyone if the Order collaborated a bit order, but it is what it is. You don't have to be here for very long to learn how protective scribes can be of the research. What's with all the paintings? Ah, yes, our paintings. Along with books, we also have a sizable collection of paintings here at the Academy. The majority of the paintings were recovered by Scribe Stitchell during his expedition to the many art museums that can be found in the DC ruins. It was these expeditions that earned him the nickname of Ivory Scribed, along with much fame, or rather infamy, depending on who you ask. I, for one, am glad the Brotherhood saved these pieces of art. Still, these paintings hang here at a great cost. Many lives were lost during the expedition to the American Art Gallery. Perhaps it's best not to dwell on for too long on these things. Yeah, that's rough, buddy. Good boy. Good dog meat.
Hey,
Sup? Field Marshal. Okay, there's the upper floor in general, which I don't want to go to yet. Fuck. I like. Oh. That's nice. Bear. Hey, Malum. Allow me to introduce myself. I'm Scribe Malum. I head zoological research here at the Academy. Are you collecting anything? I'm always on the lookout for new specimens to study. My research is currently focused on ants and their unique metapleural gland. Here, any hands ants during your time in the Wasteland, I would appreciate it if you however said their metapleural gland. Should pay you a pretty cap for each one you bring me. I've heard you accept these kinds of assignments in the past, correct? One thing you should know about the gland is that recent evolution has resulted in it being extremely volatile and poisonous when extracted. Interesting. What kind of creatures do you study? Mirelurks, rad roaches, and sometimes a deathclaw if I'm lucky enough to get my hands on one. Always dead, of course. Prefer to study specimens while they're alive, but I'm sure you can imagine that can be difficult. Most creatures in the wastes aren't passive and are far from domesticated. I'll learn to tame a mole rat with mutt fruit if it's rotten enough. Most creatures would sooner bite your hand off than let you examine them. What's your goal of your research? Trying to understand the ecosystem of Wasteland and how it's evolved since the bombs fell. All the radiation mutation most living things have endured, these creatures shouldn't be able to breed, much less live. I don't mean to imply that the animals living in the Wasteland are thriving. Based on my data, most offspring, especially from mammals, are born with severe mutations and rarely live past a year or even a few months. Animals are struggling to survive just like humans. Except for deathclaws, they seem to be flourishing in this irradiated world. Dangerous as they are, we are lucky they don't have a higher birth rate. That's true. Do you enjoy researching here? Oh, very much so. The Academy, I have much more room for my research. Doubt those that sit there would appreciate me bringing a Mirelurk into my lab. Yeah, probably not. At the Academy. The Academy. At the Academy. The Academy. Hey, bitch! Can I help you? You're in charge of the robotics? Combs has seen fit to place me in charge of the Oracle's first robotics project, so I'll try to see my best to see the completed. What kind of robots are you designing? One robot that I think could be improved upon is the iBot. I've designed a model that has larger storage space so that it can be used to easily transport items. Also replace the laser weapon with a type of stun gun. Not everything the Brotherhood designs has to be a killing machine, but the robot is capable of incapacitating the subject. How different is it from the average iBot? Well, it uses technology found in iBots, also based design off pre-war robots nicknamed Floating Eyes. They were eventually replaced with the newer iBots, although you can still find some wandering abandoned military bases in California. Kill? No, since these robots will be used in a civilian capacity, a deadly laser is a bit excessive. But stun weapon will incapacitate ne'er-do-wells who might try to tamper with it. Interesting. What do you need to complete it? Plenty of iBots to study, so I could use more advanced robotics, particularly the parts used in Army robots constructed before the war. Quite to help, you could try to scavenge military-grade circuitry from an Army robot. Most of them, including those used by Brotherhood or the Enclave, have been repaired with scavenged parts. I need military hardware that is pre-war and is untouched. Okay, I'll help. It doesn't matter. I would avoid any robot that's being reprogrammed or tampered with in any way. Find an Army robot that's been patrolling since before the war. Once you scavenge the parts, I'll bring them back to me and I'll continue my work. Okay, that's... Who fucking knows when that's gonna happen? Because... it's just one of those random spawns. And I've already taken out all of the robots. Well, maybe the fucking... Armory. Oh, no, I just had an idea. I know where to get some of those. I maybe know where to get some of those. Okay. Back where the fucking holotapes are.
Hey.
Hey, Joiner. I'm Paladin Joiner. I'm taking a short break from my combat duties to do a bit of reading here at the Academy. Hopefully what I can study here can be good use to the developing or the footmen. The Academy. What are you reading? I'm reading whatever I can get my hands on, or at least whatever the scribes will let me take from the library. Read some classic military theories by Klaus Fitzstupik, and of course Sun Tzu. Also read memoirs of General Constantine Chase, though there seems to be a fair bit of embellishment in his writings. I'm hoping what I study here can be used to turn the Order of the Footmen into a professional fighting force. What sort of reforms are you thinking? Along with providing them better weapons and supplies, it's important we train knights how to lead foot. Greater integration between the Order of Knights and the Order of Footmen is instrumental in forming a new model army for the Brotherhood. I sent several reform proposals to Major Franklin, who is in charge of developing the Footmen. Oddly enough, I haven't heard back from him. Since you are often at Kaz's lines, perhaps you can do me a favor and stop by his office? Franklin's a bit long in the tooth, so I want to make sure he hasn't been deleting my messages off his terminal by accident. Sure, I can stop by. Thank you, Field Marshal. Appreciate you checking in on me. Makes you interested in the Footmen. Firm believer in the Codex and the teaching of Elder Maxon, don't be mistaken. But it's been 200 years since the founding of Brotherhood of Steel. Don't see anything wrong with forming a modern army. So as part of my interest in the footmen and army reform stems from my father. See, he was officer with the New California Republic, a country out west that has its own modern army. Be lying if I said I didn't take some inspiration from what he taught me about the military. So your dad wasn't the Brotherhood? No, but my mother was. She's a paladin with the Brotherhood of Steel. Parents met in California. I don't know much about their relationship, just they had a falling out. My mother ended up being stationed at the Brotherhood outpost in San Francisco, but much to her frustration, my father followed. Oops. He took a post at the local NCR embassy, so I was able to see him rather often. My mother, of course, didn't approve of these visits. He was a good man. When my mother volunteered to join the Expedition East, I almost stayed behind. I probably would have joined the NCR, but my dad convinced me my mother needed me, so I traveled east along with her. Make a long story short, my mother was lost to disease not long after we crossed the Rockies, and I haven't heard from my father since I left. I think about my parents often. I'm sure my mother would be mortified by my proposed reforms, although my father would be proud. But if I can honor both of them with my work, perhaps that will be good enough. What sort of them are influenced? Back in California, my father told me of how much the size of the army was maintained by conscription. I honestly think conscription could do the capital Wasteland a lot of good. Look at the average Wastelander. They're directionless and think only about their day-to-day survival. Service in the footmen could give them skills, discipline, and a purpose to fight for something greater than themselves. Plus, the Brotherhood would never have to worry about having manpower shortage. Of course, this idea isn't very popular with the Citadel, so for now, service in the Order of Footmen remains volunteer only. Enjoying your posts? What's not to enjoy? Well, besides the fact that scribes hold a conversation about as well as they hold a Gatling laser. Still, I always have Old Man Blackwell to talk with. That's good, at least, I guess. Hello, Hurley. Do you need something? Oh, you must be the Field Marshal. I'm Hurley, Chief Economist here at the Academy. Any questions about the taxes that make their way into the budget, or are interested in seeing more deposited into it? Please ask. You help the Brotherhood make money? I try to help increase the funds at the Brotherhood's disposal, which is a large task considering how many caps the Brotherhood needs these days. Taxes just aren't cutting it, especially since no one in the Wasteland wants to pay them. I think it's time to get a bit more creative. I believe it's time to hold a lottery. I don't happen to be interested in a little fundraising. Do you, Capital? What makes you think people will want to? Sure, for the many services the Brotherhood has provided, the good people of the Wasteland are asked to pay a small amount of taxes. Most of them refuse. The concept of taxation is just too abstract for them. They fail to grasp the long-term benefits to paying their taxes. So I believe we should present to them something they can understand, something much more immediate and tangible. Every Wastelander is familiar with the idea of risks and rewards. They must be throughout the Wasteland. Example, they must ask if the loot from scavenging in that abandoned ruin filled with super mutants is worth the risk. Therefore, we introduce them to the lottery, something that is very low risk but has a very high reward. Couple that with the fact that trade routes are guarded and the economy is booming, we got folks with caps looking for new risks and rewards. And last but certainly not least, we got a population too dumb to understand that it is statistically impossible to win lottery. People will buy lottery tickets, lose, and then buy some more tickets. If someone is lucky enough to win, of course, we'll pay them the jackpot. By that time, we'll have already made up the cost of the jackpot and much, much more. Is the Citadel okay with that? Of course they are, but those paladins can grumble all they want. Numbers speak for themselves. Besides, governments have been using lotteries to raise money since the days of actual knights on horseback. Before the bombs dropped, almost every civilian agency was having to raise money through the lottery. Had no choice as the entire U.S. budget was funding the war effort against China. As far as I'm concerned, this is a legitimate way of raising money as taxations. How can I help? Sure. During the German con recovered off an old terminal. The city of Washington brought a shipment of lotto-matics before the Great War. Suppose they were going to use these lottery vending machines to fundraise for the new metro terminal. Due to the nuclear holocaust, the lotto things never arrived. You can secure those machines. I can reappropriate them for Brotherhood use. And the trouble is, I don't know where those damned things are. Fearing them to the shipping manifest, I'll request a squad to secure the machines. Oh my god, there's so much fucking reading this mod. It's not a bad thing, but gosh, I hate talking so much. Where can I find them? According to the information I have about them, they were coming in by train. You should probably check out any large train yards where boxcars were loaded and unloaded. So I don't have any more information to go on, but you should look like someone with a bit of luck and good intuition. So you find them in time. Okay, fine. Moresti. That's a train. That's the only train yard I can think of off the top of my head in Fallout 3. Can you tell me about your economics research? I can, but I doubt you'll find it interesting. Maybe you will. I work with Fowler. Perhaps you have met her at Alliance. Since we data she has gathered regarding taxation and the wasteland economy as a whole. I then have the tedious task of going through all that data and trying to determine how to make up the numbers go higher. I have direct role in setting tax rates. Thankfully, I can just stick to research and offering suggestions. Interesting. What are your thoughts on the economy? They're certainly getting better. But then again, they are starting from the ground up when it comes to economy. Fewer super mutants and more Brotherhood patrols. Trade between settlements is up. More trade means more caps in circulation, which means more money in people's pockets, which leads to more trade and so on and so on. Good times won't last forever, of course. Eventually, we're going to have to transition to a proper economy backed by real currency, not just caps popped off a new Coca-Cola bottle. Eventually, the economy will need to be more than just scavenging. There need to be producers of commodities. But while these good times last, it's my job to think of ways for Brotherhood to prosper just as much as everyone else. I'm guessing you haven't always studied it? No. Economics is a new science, as the Brotherhood of Steel. But before I studied taxation, I did help the Brotherhood of Steel balance its books back to the Citadel. Those numbers didn't deal with caps, but bullets. I had to make sure that the Brotherhood had enough ammo, armor, and other supplies, and then determine how long the supplies would last. I guess you could call that logistical work. Nowadays, I hear knights are now having to keep track of that kind of stuff. I pity those poor blockheads having to do math. Boom, roasted. Do you enjoy working here? Well, I keep my nose buried in the numbers, so I don't really have time to admire the office. Still, it's hard to ignore how cozy it is here. Well, except for the faint yet lingering smell of super meat. I think that smell might be from those sword and shield tight asses next door. Boom, roasted. They're so impressive with their fancy power armor and energy weapons, but I bet most of them couldn't count higher than 10. Boom, fucking roasted. Okay, so that's been a lot of talking this episode. I think we're almost through with all the talking portion of this. Well, with the most talking with this. Well, we're almost through with this fucking research academy. Thank you so much for watching. If you liked it, like, comment, and subscribe. Yeah, thanks for watching, freaks. Bye, love you.